This video is brought to you by Diamond Pacific Tool Corporation. Diamond Pacific is America's favorite diamond tool, wheel, and lapidary machine manufacturers. For nearly half a century, Diamond Pacific has set the industry standard for diamond lapidary equipment. Join the majority of professional lapidaries and choose Diamond Pacific products such as their Nova wheels, Pixie, Genie, and Titan gem makers, as well as their wide selection of other high-quality lapidary diamond products. Check out Diamond Pacific today and find out why they're considered America's premier diamond lapidary tool manufacturers. All right, we're here at Rock Sweet, or Rock's West. Rock's Sweat.
It does look sweet.
Swest. Oh, awesome. And I just picked up some Blue Gem, which Sprite hasn't seen in quite a while. He actually asks me all the time, like, hey, have you cut any of this? Have you seen any of this? And when it comes to phosphates, it's not something that Sprite's always bringing up, but that material, some good stuff. We saw for 60 cents a gram, and then the bigger ones was $1 a gram. That's $400, $4.50 a pound. That's incredible for natural material that, could easily go from somebody else $3,000 a pound. Anyway, our good friend James here is going to let us take a look at some of his super rare and abstract turquoises, such as, some of his Junie Bird and some Pixie over there. He has some Prince from America, where Prince today is referred to as people refer to Prince as the Egyptian turquoise. Anyway, I want to start off with this McGinnis. At the Durango show, they sell this for $25 a carat cut. Stunning material. It has this chert on it, much like, Lone Mountain? But $1 a gram. That is nuts for natural turquoise. $200, $450 a pound. I should buy this whole thing. And natural Hubei, which is one of the turquoise I was just talking to Sprite about. There's a lot of some unappreciation when it comes to Hubei because it's from China and the whole propaganda with not liking things from China. Here's the thing. This turquoise didn't steal your steel mill job. You know what I mean? It didn't put you out of work. It's, I like all turquoise. I'm waiting for that space turquoise.
I don't think it's gonna...
$2 a gram. A lot of the stabilized goes for 50 cents a gram. That's just natural. Rock hard. With some of the best patterns in the world. Chinese turquoise can give almost any American turquoise a run for its money. This is the Hubei that most people know, but then they say over 200 mines roughly in that area. There's the Peacock Mine, there's Cloud Mountain, Bamboo Mountain, just to name a few. It's cool to see it natural, to where you can actually believe it, because this gentleman's booth is all just high-end phosphate and phosphate-like materials. Easter Blue. This, I believe, is a Odison affiliate, but most of it you see is stabilized, not as cool in color. Polychromes, $1 a gram. Here's the thing. Most people would sell stabilized Easter Blue for more than this gentleman selling his natural. And he doesn't just have a bunch of crumbs in there. He's got large cutters. That right there, it's probably a $20 rock. Easily be able to make $200, $300 off of this natural turquoise. Number 8. I've never been a number 8 guy.
Okay.
It's probably back in the day before I got into turquoise, he'd always joke about the number 9 mine. But I think he meant the number 8, but...
No, I know.
You were just joking, huh?
I don't even remember telling that joke. It sounds like something I'd say.
Caracal Lake is another one that's just super collectible and expensive when it's cut. So Caracal Lake in Tucson jogs at Sunwest Silver, $25 a carat, $150 a gram. So,
Spread of light green.
what is the percentage on that you're making if you're buying it for 3 and you're getting, let's say, half the yield?
Oh my God, today's not my day for
It's a tree. It's a natural tree.
75, that's 25 times your money back. At least. Even if you're losing a lot of material, 25 times your money back. If you can't do it, it's not for you. Fantastic. Ithaca Peak is really cool. So there is some Nakazari that is being sold as Ithaca Peak nowadays because, you know, just like some Chinese material can look like any American material, some Mexican material can look like any material. That Nako that's being sold as Morenci 2 or Ithaca Peak, it is stunning. But it's not the same. And did you know it's illegal to misrepresent turquoise in the state of New Mexico? How many times, Sprite, have you asked what kind of turquoise it is? And they say it's cereus, and you know it's Hubei. You know, he's no comment. I'm out of here. Anyway, I've seen it for sure. I don't put that kind of stuff on camera because I don't want to insult anybody. And here's the thing. Most of the time, people are being sold that Hubei as, you know, cereus or whatever. So it is important, much like protecting Native American goods. You know, Native American wares can't be misrepresented in New Mexico.
Oh, that or not?
Well, it's a federal offense.
Probably.
Like there was a shop in Santa Fe that got busted for selling Philippine jewelry as Hopi Zuni Dene. And, you know, the maximum sentence is like 10 years in prison. Of course, it's just cash.
Yeah, right.
When you're a big, fancy Santa Fe store. But,
don't mess with the chilies.
you don't mess with the chilies.
Yeah, don't be sending around.
So this is another great material. This is angel wing. This material, you'll see the Hartmans cut all the time. I don't see them sell rough, but here's the thing. They're buying material to cut. And they're buying material that they plan on getting the most out of the rocks that they're paying for. So it's okay that they're not selling rough because they're buying it to cut, they're not buying it to resell. And a lot of times when you see people resell that usually don't resell, including myself, it's because it ends up being something they decided that they don't want to cut anymore or it's not worth cutting anymore. This angel wing is a variscite. You knew that, right?
Yes, I do.
And it's just stunning. Beautiful webs, beautiful colors.
And what's why does it look like that crisp stuff?
I don't know. It's just a variscite. I mean, this was out way before that. The Kush variscite. I think it's like supposedly. I've seen it for 3 or 4 years. Supposedly maybe 5 or 6. Like this looks just like Kush.
Yeah, but they're not from the same country.
Not at all. This is from Nevada. Kush is from Iran.
It's amazing.
And
looks like the same stuff.
Yeah.
To me.
So when it comes to angel wing, this is what I wouldn't want.
What you would not want.
Would not want. Because I don't want a cab like that looks like Lucian variscite that goes for literally right there, natural 50 cents a gram.
Yeah.
I want.
What about that?
Not even. It looks like Kush. You know what I mean? I want that dirty birdie web.
Yeah.
I want the opposite. But it's beautiful.
And there's
gonna be people like Sprite who want their fantastic ring being angel wing that looks like that. But there's gonna be, I would say, most people want what's special about the variation when it comes to angel wing. In my opinion, it is the webbing.
Black.
Or yellow and like that. Fantastic. Like I have a super large chunk of, this is great. I have a super large chunk of Snowville variscite.
Snowville.
And when it's like this, it's just the biggest disservice to that material. That material is so webby, so rock hard natural. Not so much of a nugget, but veins of what I have. Oh, nice. But this is definitely some of the coolest variscite in the industry. The big wigs like the Hartmans wouldn't be cutting it so much if it wasn't so awesome. And this material
I've never been here before, so
is the first run, and the gentleman bought it all out. And depending on how many years he's had, look at that. As many years as he had, can imagine how many people have gone through this. So you could have 5 of these in there, you know what I mean? And imagine his first choice. Like, he definitely, when you spend a week going through everything and what's not going to be for sale.
Right.
Totally cool. We were looking at the natural hube over there, but let's take a look at this. Rock hard, not plasticized. The gravity's even crazy on it. Big pieces. And for $2 a gram. And he's not even selling you a bunch of waste. Like, somebody processed this a lot to get it down to the turquoise, where a lot of people, honestly, they're paying for the waste, you're paying for the waste. You buy a piece that has a big piece of matrix on it. I don't really see any of that here at any of this gentleman's stuff. He sure, I mean, McKay's like, you gotta go see this guy. You know, I'm a phosphate freak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so
McKay has nice stuff too.
he does. I was buying last couple years in quartzite. I made a decent living throughout the year on his Nakazari.
Oh yeah.
The problem with that is just so heavy. So even if it's $1 a gram, it's like, you know, because of the pyrite.
What do you think?
Fantastic. I almost wouldn't even want to cut it. It's such a good specimen. Here's some other angel wing. Yeah, so check this out. Some prints. So if it's from Nevada, I'm sure it's been mined for a while, right?
Prince? Yeah, that's right back here.
And so you probably heard some people selling the Egyptian as prints. Yeah, it's wild. It doesn't look anything like this. This looks 20 times better than the Egyptian turquoise being sold as prints.
Oh, I thought you liked it. Oh, you did.
This is awesome. $1 a gram. I actually love the yellows as much or more than the greens. The oranges are my bag.
How many years have you been out
10 almost, maybe 8. I don't know anymore. Pixie's a great one. Oh my gosh.
Everything happens.
So there's some Pixie that's like green, and some that looks like variscite. I don't know if it is. Sometimes you can get 2 different materials from the same mine. But $2 a gram, again, fantastic price. Junie Bird, never even heard of it before. Coming over here to this gentleman's booth. Great color. So for years I was buying fins like this and then doing a lot of backing formula. I'm starting to just try to get away from that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
But if I'm not stacking,
the parking lot.
if I'm not stacking backing formula to give it a higher dome, then I cut these thin pieces that I've been putting into lots and selling them with each other. And most people don't like that because it's hard to bezel. So my rule of thumb nowadays is to try to cut no thinner than, cut the girdle no thinner than the width of a nickel. But with the thins, a lot of people don't mind stacking up the backing formula. So this gaspiite from Australia, super cool. You'll see a lot of block of this material being sold, even on some bigger websites. As gaspiite, a lot of it I don't even think is even chalk or waste. So it's really cool to see a piece like this that's not what at best would be recon. Just nice natural gaspiite. Even though I don't believe it's a phosphate, I think it's a nickel carbonate. It's in the family. Like, it's been adopted by the turquoise family, like sugilite. McKay Anderson Jeffrey Hill and somebody else have discovered a material they thought was gaspiite. They were selling it for $35 a pound. They called it Green Dream. Got a chemical analysis on it. It did come back as a nickel carbonate. Redskin, also known as Manshan, is like the poor man's Bisbee. Some people tumble it because it can look like it's been rolled in cocoa. The way the nuggets come out of the iron-rich matrix, you can see why a lot of people think it might be Bisbee or is misled. Similar to the way the Nakazari is being sold as Morenci, it looks so close. This Redskin can look quite a bit like Bisbee. Now, you hear me sell and talk about Redskin Turquoise and refer to it as Manshan. So some people think that they changed the name because of Redskin and the derogatory term for Native Americans. I don't think that's true, because look at this Manshan here. This is the same mine, but it's completely different. It doesn't have the red skin on it like this. So you could call this red skin Manshan, and this is just Manshan. A couple pieces of gaspiites wandered over. And, so yeah, even though they're the same material, different variation, it's kind of good to keep them separated with that little name, little extra name. Because if you're hoping to get a bunch of the iron-rich material that looks like the poor man's Bisbee, and you just order Manshan and you get something like that, you might be disappointed. Most of the stuff I see for sale is the iron-rich stuff. This looks more like Sonoran to me. It's natural. I've never seen natural Manshan before, but not my cup of tea. Another odd variation when it comes to Persian. Most of the Persian that is on the market today looks like the Nakasari or the Ithaca Peak. Super pyrite rich, darker blues, but just like anything else, just variation to the mines. Could be dozens of different variations in one area, and this is one that most people wouldn't think of. Now, when it comes to Persian turquoise, a lot of people overseas in Iran, they like the pure stuff. This would probably yield some pure blues. I don't know if that's coming from the idea that you don't bring certain materials into certain religious centers in the Muslim faith. You've probably heard me say it a lot. They say, did you know that? I think that the word of thumb is and the rule of thumb in mosques, only turquoise, carnelian, and emerald. I think Muhammad set that up. And so a lot of Middle Easterners love pure turquoise. Is it because it's not another material going in there? You know what I mean? No, it's just theory, just a theory. Someone who knows more about Muslim faith, feel free to tune in. And no gold.
Friends who were dealing in Armenian turquoise.
And emerald. And no gold. The gold makes sense.
No gold?
No gold.
Why?
Well, the metaphysical thing is, right, like the gold tears at some people's DNA. It drives them crazy, and some people it doesn't. I mean, Jim, our buddy Jim, loved gold, specimens and coins, and almost more than anything. Before a rock guy, I think he was a gold guy. He loved gold. And some people it doesn't bother. Yeah, Lynn does not like it. She won't wear it.
I have silver.
So here's the blue gem that really had us stop. I don't have a lot of money. I bought $50 worth of the $1 a gram stuff, but Sprite asks all the time. He asks different vendors, hey, do you have blue gem? 60 cents a gram for natural turquoise. And some of these are thins, and some of these are going to yield, a 5mm cabochon if you're cutting it the right way, but it's still worth it. Now, do you have any rings on? So I personally overcut ring stones all the time. I end up with a stone like that thinking it's oval or anything. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna cut a ring stone. Always cut too big. 5mm for a ring stone is great. Something, and I think a lot of people overcut Oh, well, a lot of people who aren't silversmiths aren't necessarily cutting for silversmiths and just cutting stone to cut stone. They're overcutting, like when I like bracelet stones, I'll make something like that. I'm like, who's gonna wear that? Like Wonder Woman or Power Ranger. You know what I mean? Castle Dome is another super classic material. This piece kind of looks like number 8. So there's a lot of people out there when it comes to identifying turquoise who, you know, you can't just guess. Like if you had a whole bunch of material that looked like that, you would assume that it was number 8. But assumptions are not good enough, especially in the turquoise world for a lot of people. You can get close. A couple things that people can do that that helps without speculating is someone who knows turquoise, regardless, if they don't know the mine, they'll be able to tell you, okay, that's high grade natural. Can't tell you what the mine is, but it's high grade natural. But yeah, like speculating is not good enough for a lot of people. And and then some people swear, I've seen online that they're like, okay, that looks like to me that it's Nevada over Arizona. That some people feel like they can tell, even if they don't know the mine, that it's most likely Arizona over Nevada. That's pretty odd to me. Is it true?
People think that.
Yeah, people think a lot of things, yeah. Here's some cool hube. This might be from a different locale than that variation.
That was just an oddball piece of kit.
Fantastic.
I'm sorry?
It's fantastic.
No, it is. It's stabilized. But still, it's such a neat color.
So the gentleman said that it was just an oddball piece that came out of the similar batch. Now, check this out. I saw this over here earlier. Leadville. I'm not from Colorado, but I go over there all the time. And that's area, and I've always heard that there's turquoise from there. There's a real famous, like, manila-colored turquoise map that people see, and it shows, like, the stone and then pointing to the locale on the map of the United States. And Leadville's always one I've seen on that map, and I've never seen it in real life. It's like super polychrome looking material. Really, really cool. That's definitely my taste. $1 a gram. Incredible. Here's some natural at the peak. It's really a blue. I gotta ask you, brother, at home, do you have a private collection that doesn't see the light of day? The best. So there's two kinds of people. There's everything's for sale. You're in the business to sell, and then there's people who collect.
I have a collection. There's only 1 or 2 pieces of turquoise.
Yeah, it's not like 10% of every batch you get or anything. You'll end up with a yard full of material.
Got a yard full of material, I can tell you that. Say the least.
Here's some Selenite. Again, not a phosphate if you don't know this material. It's a manganese, but it's been adopted by the turquoise family for sure. $3 a gram is very good. Online, on Instagram and stuff, you see some people selling it for, up to $30 a gram or more. And I've seen it cut. I beg your pardon?
You won't find that material.
Yeah, I haven't seen it for less, that's for sure. I heard they just completely closed down the mining of this material in Westall, South Africa. It's a story that I'm not really at the liberty to share with you folks online, but it's kind of tragic over there. You know, people, it's money in a poor location, so people are going to want to try to get it. You know, just makes sense. And this is old. For the people who are going and trying to get the stuff out of the mine, they wouldn't be able to bring this much out. So it's definitely, I'm sure this is old stock for sure. I mean, for a relatively youngish material, I think they say, early 2000s is when it was really coming over. Here's some Bisbee. You can tell it's similar to that red skin for sure, but I've seen some other Bisbees that are even closer to that red skin. Here's a different type of hube, $3 a gram. More rich blues. And it's slabbed. So obviously buying a slab of material is going to cost more than buying the rough, because the gentleman or lady who's selling the material is processing a lot of the waste, and you see exactly what you're going to get. You know what you're going to get. You can see and visualize your entire yield, opposed to, let's say, buying a large piece of rough that might not have something, particularly desirable inside.
All right, well, I'll come back to you.
Yeah, is Diana with you?
No.
Let's go over here. These are cool.
How's the seed delay doing?
You gotta ask him how to pronounce this again. But $2 a gram, which is not bad. The stuff I bought from McKay was $1.50 a gram. But again, like I said before, it's processed. So it's all yield. And not just processed, it's already backed for you. And it's already shaped. All you have to do is polish. You wouldn't even need a hardware. You could just take it straight to the 280 grit and further. If you only have an expandable belt, this is perfect. You wouldn't need anything but an expandable belt to work this material to a finish. Do you remember how he pronounced the Mongolian?
No. But I don't really pay attention.
He's not really paying attention. Here's some super high grade fox. Almost looks like Sleeping Beauty. $3 a gram. I think this is the most expensive material he has here. That says a lot about this gentleman. If $3 a gram is the price of some of his best turquoise, you know he's affordable.
Yeah, I know.
John, I think John's running it.
It's like a beautiful teal.
Oh, I never made it over.
Yeah. Anyway, later. Good luck.
Yeah. Thanks.
So is it vernacular when they break down a word spelt the way?
No, that's phonetic.
Phonetic. Okay, if anybody out there knows how to pronounce
Is a local dialect, basically.
Oh wow, like
Or, when I say local dialect, it's more what's used in it's common usage.
Yep.
oh wow, like
Even in architecture, there's vernacular architecture, like an adobe house or a mud hut.
if anyone knows the phonetics on how to pronounce this, let me know.
You got a drill with you, Tim?
Turquoise.
I think the L is silent. It's Turquoise. It's important. You're talking to a Mongolian person, and you just try. They appreciate that kind of stuff,
If you say
yeah. Sleeping Beauty stabilized.
Tim likes that material.
So you mined all this selenite?
The selenite, yeah.
Is it from Utah? How long ago did you harvest it all?
How long ago?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we do it twice a year.
Is that the price on that?
No, wait.
I was gonna say, it couldn't be. That's a fantastic
Yeah,
piece.
that's still, it's $240.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, we sell.
Pieces like that's what sells houses. It's real estate
I
dream.
got designers who make chandeliers out of these for $80,000.
Oh yeah. And how do you wrap them, with regular cellophane?
It's shrink wrap.
And it keeps your stuff from getting sandblasted.
Well, this is after we prepped it, but not sandblasted, but scratching.
Is
It's so soft.
Is the processing a chemical affair?
No. Well, yeah. H2O.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right.
And we grind it, the edges and so on, but it's very slightly soluble in water, so it's just the surface. Not a lot.
So if it's soluble in water, it's probably not the float that you're after. You're probably really mining it.
Oh yeah, there's no float.
Okay.
No. But look, I want to show you. piece I was looking at before that had really great etching on the surface. Can you see the we call them trigons? See how that's, hold it and look at it closely. You can see.
Oh yeah.
That's basically, best I can tell, the way the atomic lattice is formed. It removes it in the same way.
Oh wow.
When again, it's formed as an evaporite, so floods and dries, floods and dries, floods and dries. A piece like this, maybe 60 layers, 70 layers thick. Great, pretty fascinating.
To heat treat this so before I nap it.
And that'll make it stronger?
Softer, easier to flake. Yeah, it softens it up. Right now it's harder than the devil's toenails, but if you heat treat it, it'll you can flake it. And then you soak it in vinegar, and the colors really come out. The tiger stripes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And like the black stuff?
A lot of it, not everything.
Yeah. Vinegar.
Blue forest wood is one that's notorious for that, and the palm.
Yeah.
Palm.
Yeah, that looks like I can nap this stuff. All right.
Here's a different variation of the Leadville, Colorado material.
Those are the weights that are written on here. Take note of that.
Misty blue, natural.
I'm sorry.
Almost a water web, greenish. Blue Ridge. Not to be mistaken with Black Ridge, which was a name for the Iranian variscite for a while. This is great. So this is the blue gem that I bought from. Should even plane it out there for the next person. What I was looking for mostly was not too thin, but I didn't want to have to back it too much, so I'm not looking for anything that I would fill. Damali, an absolute classic Nevada material. Another material that you see being sold rough for over $12 a gram.
I'm trying to keep you from spending.
Red Mountain, amazing material. Randall from Red Mountain Turquoise Company, I think it's called. I believe he used to work this material one way or another, but didn't have any. Great look. Again though, if you didn't know the source, you'd probably end up thinking of Sleeping Beauty or Kingman. Evans from Ensenada, Mexico. Some people consider Evans a type of Baja turquoise. I don't know how close Ensenada is to Baja, but I have quite a bit of Evans, ironically, from Randall at Red Mountain Turquoise Company. Orville Jack. Some people don't consider this a turquoise, but it's, again, an adopted turquoise material. It's a faustite, if I'm not mistaken. I bought quite a bit of this material at the show for the same price, but not this quality. It was way worse than this beautiful stuff. This is a great quality. Skyline. Real cool. Looks like veins, not nuggets. Again, black chert, kind of like the Guinness or Lone Mountain. That's great looking material for $1 a gram. I don't have money to spend, but I should buy some of that. Villa Grove, never even heard of it. Morenci, obviously one of the most classic American materials. And you can see why some people might mistaken, or why they call the Nakazari Morenci too. It looks like the Nakazari. Not that Nakazari, but a different variation. Hey, some mammoth. Mammoth tusk. Ruben loves to carve this material. They do stabilize it nowadays. This is not stabilized. They usually colorless stabilization. I think it's mostly done out of Germany.
They've been fine.
Mercolite, a classic New Mexican material. Serpentine with talc and some beautiful banding. Great stuff. Anyway, this gentleman here, right when you walk into the Miners Co-op, if you come from outside and not from the arena, he is pretty much the second to last row. You'll see the tough shed and those trash cans. You'll see the Selenite. He's the only one with the Selenite. Come here, if you're into turquoise, even if you just bought the $1 a gram stuff, it's so worth it. Great guy, great material. The Miners Co-op. What do you think?
What do I think? I wasn't paying attention when you were talking.
So here with Anwar, he's on the arena floor here.
Yeah, and
And, oh, perfect. Booth A301. And he has some of my most favorite material out right now. And it is the Gold Hills material. You might have seen Ernie Montoya selling this stuff at Sunwest Silver, or seeing it being sold on Facebook for upwards of $3,500 a kilo. Anwar was saying that some of his material is quite a bit less expensive, and maybe he'll be bringing some to Tucson. They're at a few different locations. I'll stay in touch with Anwar and find out for you folks. But just that intense lavender color. When this material was being sold at the Tucson and Denver show, the last couple years it was mostly in finished jewelry or specimens. He'd cut a nugget in half and sell 2 different flats. That's cool, but crazy cutters like me, we want the rough. There's 2 people selling it online right now on Facebook, and it's very expensive. I'm super excited to see Anwar bringing some of this material at a more affordable price. I've been telling you folks, you know I've been saying it. It's coming from a more direct source like Anwar for a lot better price than $3,500 a pound. Kind of looks like the Iron Maiden. I was wondering if it has a sub-mineral like Hotsonite. As far as anybody knows, it's pure turquoise. And there's a few different looks. Not all Gold Hills, to my knowledge, has the brown. Some of it can be a little bit more green sometimes.
That's mostly Uzbek turquoise. In Kazakhstan, turquoise is all blue.
Everything else is not even good enough. Yeah, the Gold Hills. So, was Gold Hills a name that someone in America came up with?
Yes.
Was it Ernie Montoya from Sunwest Silver?
I don't know. We don't use that term for our turquoise. We just say turquoise from Mykain deposit.
Oh, fantastic. Mykain, Kazakhstan. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Anwar.
Thank you, David. And you're also welcome to take videos of that Armenian stuff.
Are you sure it's okay with you?
Oh, yes.
And so, a lot of people don't know that Armenian turquoise even exists. I think
turquoise from Armenia.
fantastic. And is it
Here we have nature roughs from Armenia, and you have here stabilized from Armenia also, just
fantastic?
like in nature. And here roughs with a pirate. You see here pirate, pirates, here, north part of Armenia. This new localization, 5 years in the shows.
Pretty brand new. 5 years is pretty new
Yes.
for some people.
Excellent pieces you have also with pirates from Armenia, and we have also here cabochons. Different kinds of turquoise can be.
Fantastic. And is the so here's some of the unstabilized Armenian rough. This almost looks like Candelaria. For this beauty, looks very similar to Persian. A lighter blue, almost like a pyritized Sleeping Beauty. I believe the rough is $2. I think he said $2 a gram for the rough. This is a beautiful one. Not too big, but I would be a little afraid to cut this because of the quartz. Here are some of the perfect blues. Here in America, I think a lot of people might be intimidated by this look because we're so used to the matrix. Americans want the matrix, the chocolate from Bisbee, the water webs, the pyrites. But a lot of different places overseas, they want that pure blue. And that's what they're cutting for. Beautiful calibrated stones. More calibrated stones. 3 carat, that's what, 15 a gram? What this is, 18 a gram? I guess it's easier than trying to break down the 3.2 carats. It's an odd freeform. These are some mini flats. I cut a lot of these back. A lot of American jewelers don't really like working with this. Love the big beads. Some Armenian stabilized chips. Well, not chips, but a little bit processed. This might kind of do it. So I walked by McKay. I knew it was a mistake. I was just telling Sprite we should have walked around because he had some fantastic Mongolian for sale. I quickly picked through it what I wanted. Everything in here is fantastic. It's $1.50 a gram, 100% natural, water web. Just beautiful looking stuff. We're gonna do a sale on Wednesday of McKay's booth and Mr. Ruvalcaba's booth. And we're gonna be selling whatever's left of this. I bought 174 grams. I don't have the money, but I had to buy it when I could. It's just so beautiful. A few of the pieces that I was staying away from are like ones that I would have to cut to avoid some matrix. This is like one of the ones that I kind of like less matrix in, where like, let's say a Kingman, I would love them more. And then some of these are pitty, like that last one had some pits in it. But it's okay. I can work around it. A lot of people are calling this water web. I wonder if this is a lot of what the material that the Hartmans are cutting. Cool stuff. Do you like it?
I like it, but I am more into
the Kush. So you will have more of the Kush, but this is brand new to him. This is old. This is old Australian variscite. The new stuff is a little bit more linear, with like some bands going through it. This is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Gosh, I'm gonna have to pick through this and put it aside until after the sale, because that stuff is just so good. McKay, between McKay and Mr. Ruvalcaba, it makes my whole year. Do you like this stuff?
it's pretty, but I'm not into it.
I love it. Everyone loves it. The problem is, it's so heavy. You know, if it's yeah, if it, you know, it's only $1.50 a gram.
This is freaky.
But it's so heavy.
I think when I was a little kid, I really liked that.
Clown vomit. Kayla loves that stuff. She bought a nice big piece with some really cool copper zoning.
Do they really call it clown vomit?
No, it's a chrysocolla wood. Anyway, we had to stop and take a look. Oh, I should have got that one too. I'll put that one aside. These are just so cool, folks. You're gonna have to get some of this. You will thank me later. Mongolian turquoise. Oh, it drives me crazy. I love it. The Alpine Village is really cool. But the Mongolian.
Seems kind of jammy.
It's stabilized. So if it was like extra chalky, it's got a little bit more of the stuff in it that makes it look gemmy.
You mean the glue? Or the...
Yeah, whatever they're using.
All right.
All right, get me away from this stuff. Hey there folks, I just wanted to remind you that the gem and mineral scene here on YouTube is a relatively small and niche community in the YouTube universe in general, so we should be supporting each other as much as possible. Our good friend Everybody Rocks is getting so close to being able to monetize her YouTube channel, so if you would, hop on over to her channel, make sure to subscribe, but also check out some of her latest videos and leave a like and a comment. It really does help. Supporting your favorite YouTube creators is as easy as that, and it doesn't cost any money. Pop into their channel every once in a while, watch some videos for more than 5 minutes, leave likes and comments, of course subscribe, but also consider sharing the videos to your favorite social media platforms. That really does go a long way. I'd love for Everybody Rocks to have 1,000 subscribers by the time we go to the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show, so make sure to go over there and subscribe to her channel. It really does help. There's a link to her channel down in the description section of this video. Thank you so much, folks.